Hello and welcome to another interesting episode of the Reflection series, where we get to know stories that recharge and rejuvenate us. I'm very happy to welcome our guest speaker today, Ranjani Sairam. Ranjani has been practicing and teaching Raj Yoga meditation for the past 35 years. She has completed her MBA in self-management and crisis management and also done postgraduate diploma in counseling. Origami, rock painting, and pot-mural arts are some of her favorite hobbies. She currently coordinates the Brahma Kumaris Center in Western Sydney, New South Wales. And the wonderful topic for today is I Love Myself. Ranjani shares her experience of facing bullying and criticism during childhood, which led to low self-esteem. Raj Yoga meditation brought transformation in her life and helped her come out of the shell and gain confidence. Self-acceptance and acceptance of others were the key. So, welcome, Ranjani. We would very eager to know your story and what happened and how did you come out of that. So, hearty welcome, and it's over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Lata, and greetings to everyone. And thank you for inviting me today for this reflection series. I want to share my journey of self-transformation, which I call as I love me. There is a reason for it. Do you want me to start? Long ago, when I was a kid, the story begins. In my school days, I was bullied by my classmates, especially for my appearance. I was very thin. I was tall, but very thin. And they used to call me by different names, like bony, skinny, and some used to call me toothpick, bamboo stick, skeleton, a lot of names. And I used to just sit and cry alone, but I wouldn't even show that to my parents also, And even my classmates or the schoolmates, they would say that, hey, Ranjani, you don't need pockets. You can carry your candies in your collarbone, etc. So, I smiled at them when they commented, but I felt very sad. And one thing is, since my childhood, I was very, very shy and reserved and totally introvert person. And being a middle child, I also had that feeling that, my parents are not giving me enough love, because that was, it's a child psychology of a middle child. So I was totally introvert, and I used to just sit alone, not mingling with everyone. And this body shaming had a very bad impact on me, resulting in very low self-image and low self-worth. So what I did was, I turned my attention on my studies. I focused totally on my studies and aimed to score high marks. And I did that. And I always stood first in the class. And I would say that I did this to gain recognition from others. Not just, I had that interest in studies and I was totally into it. No, I did that to just gain that recognition or some sort of approval from my, fellow friends or classmates. It's an emotional need for approval. That is a sign of low self-esteem. And, if you see my childhood photos, I'll always be, very strict, serious face. And I hardly smiled during those days. And I was introduced to Brahma Kumaris Raj Yoga meditation when I was 11 years old. And I felt good to be at the meditation center, sitting in the spiritual classes and meditations and being with that, positive group and spending that time with my parents there at the meditation center, positive vibes. I really liked, though I couldn't understand the spiritual discourses, what they offered, but I felt really good and that lightness within me, the judgment-free environment that really, I think, helped me. And when I grew up, the knowledge about the soul, that who am I, the knowledge about that soul and soul consciousness has gradually helped me to come out of my feelings of inadequacy and inferiority. I realized that later how this spiritual knowledge had transformed me. I realized it when I was in my college, like, the gradual transformation in me. So when I started to meditate and start understanding who truly I am, like who truly am I, and I started appreciating myself. Because I had low self-esteem, many a times, I would say that many times I had been hard on myself. I was kind with others. I was more understanding and also forgiving of others than I did the same for myself. So somehow, I had developed a mental conditioning, I would say, that I'm not good, um, uh, I'm not enough, and I'm not capable, and I am responsible for whatever happens to me. I'm the one to be blamed. Such thoughts of self-doubt. And many a times, I also overlooked my own feelings, my own decisions, because of this low self-worth and low, less faith on myself. So when I learned this Raj Yoga meditation, the important lesson I learned from the practice of Raj Yoga meditation is that I am a soul, a point of light, an immortal, imperishable soul, a living energy, not just this physical body. The important principles of soul consciousness that I learned and experienced, two things. One is, I am the master. And number two, I am unique. Each soul is unique. And I am the master. I am the master of my life. I am the master of my mind. I am the master of my thoughts, words, and actions. This point really, helped me. And it really, I would say that it has brought a very good transformation in me, this understanding. So this principle helped me to feel powerful instead of feeling powerless. Now I knew I can control these thoughts, unwanted thoughts. I can control my thoughts. I can control my mind if I tried enough, because I'm the master. And the second principle of soul consciousness is I am unique. And realizing each one of us is different, not same. We are different, but uniquely endowed with specialities, some different qualities. And this understanding has really put an end to unnecessary comparisons with others. I got a very great relief from my own cage of self-doubt, by understanding this principle of uniqueness. And the insight about the soul consciousness and the power of soul consciousness I gained through the practice of meditation has radically transformed my life. I would say that that's the wonderful thing that had happened, in my teenage. So once I realize and remember that I am the master, I start operating from a seat of strength instead of working from a seat of weakness. And this had a very big impact, very good impact on my self-image and also on my self-confidence. So this principle of uniqueness, I think that is a very powerful principle as for me. And the principle that I am eternal and I am valuable and I am capable. Reflecting and imbibing these principles, these spiritual principles, has really helped me to become who I have become today. From a shy, introverted and moody teenager to a confident and capable meditation teacher. So that spiritual wisdom, I would say that it gave rise to self-compassion, because when I become aware of my uniqueness, I started loving myself a lot more. Whoever I am, whatever I am, however I look like, I'm unique. There is no one like me in this world. So I am what I am. So I learned that I am enough. I am enough. And I keep myself away from comparison. It was a total transformation in how I was. And then after this realization, how I have become. So I would say that it's a day and night difference. So I keep totally keep myself away from comparison. And this lack of comparison helped me to be myself, to be who I am, generating that self-love and self-compassion. And of course, I have gone through different situations in life. That's how we learn lessons. And as they say, that you learn good lessons from bad experiences. So through various situations I faced in these years, I understood that I need more love and attention from me. Is it not parenting myself? Huh? Yes, it is parenting myself. I love me. So if anyone is going to be on my side, it should be me. And, when I had this realization, it was just 2 days before the Valentine's Day, and that was the right time, So on a Valentine's Day, I gave that gift of love to me. And I stood up for myself and I started accepting myself completely. So I learned to live as an individual person who is unique, who is a master. And in all these years, maybe I would say since maybe 25 years, I'm in this field of service, and I slowly, I learned many things in this field of service. So the spiritual wisdom has helped me to be able to stay who I am. And also, it has made me courageous. Because I would say courage is the result of self-love and self-compassion. It's my definition of courage. I define courage as your ability to be yourself without worrying about impressing others. So let me not try to impress anyone, just express myself. So in summary, I would say that the spiritual wisdom taught me that I am a beautiful being, eternal, unique. I'm courageous, lovable, and peaceful being. And it made me feel I am who I am and I am enough. And, to sustain this feeling of that self-empowerment, or whatever you call it as, you make that self-love and self-compassion consistent. To make this attitude strong, I also keep my mind engaged daily in something positive, and engage myself in something empowering, like reading, daily contemplation, and regular meditation. And of course, my favorite hobbies of origami, singing, or rock painting, etc. Because, I would say that the truth is, when your mind is engaged, there is very less scope for waste and negative thoughts to disturb you. So that's how, there is realization, sometimes, and there is transformation. Sometimes, there is a long gap between the realization and transformation. But I was really fortunate that, there is the realization and the transformation. There was quick transformation. That's what I would say, that it's grace of God, love of God. And of course, once I have the transformation, I am also careful, or I also plan to sustain that. So that's how I've been doing all these years, with some positive engagement of time. And that's how I sustain that self-love, and not only sustain that, I keep increasing and enhancing that self-love and self-compassion. This is my story of transformation.
That's beautiful. I was imagining like a bud, and then how it blooms into a flower. That was the image that came to my mind. Like not knowing who you are, how beautiful you are, and then how you transform. So wonderful.
Thank you.
Just a question, maybe, that when you were going through this transformation, obviously you were generating, positive vibes towards yourself, and it might have reflected outwards as well. and would have changed the way you interacted with others and changed your relationship with others around you. Would you like
Yes.
to share something about that?
Yeah, of course. When I realized that I am unique, then I also understand that you are unique, because each one is unique. So, I am unique, you are unique, and so are everyone else on this planet. So, this deep understanding and experience helped me to appreciate and accept other people without judging them. And I would say that it improved my ability to accept others as they are instead of imposing my views on them. This realization that you are different and I'm different, and that is how the world is, this made me get along with diverse set of people without much conflict. And maybe because of this quality or this transformation in me, I could get that opportunity to go to different countries for service. So easily get along with diverse set of people. And conflict arises when I want you to think and act like me, right? But when I accept that you are different, and it is okay for you to disagree with me, then almost all conflict disappears. We all carry an invisible placard around our neck whenever we come in contact with another person, whether it be a stranger or loved one. Can you guess what's that invisible placard? What does it read? It says, respect me, don't judge me. So there is this fear of judgment, So this fear of judgment disappears when I know and accept that I am unique, and others need not like me as because their preferences are different. Their the preferences and their ideas may be different. So we agree to disagree without becoming disagreeable to each other. So this principle of uniqueness can be applied at different levels. Like when you apply it in individual level, you develop that respect for each other. And most importantly, this uniqueness helps develop that non-judgmental awareness. Because you're unique. I need not judge you. So that develop that non-judgmental awareness. And when you apply this uniqueness between nations, between different cultures, you start appreciating them better. You start respecting them better. You start accepting them better. And when you accept the other person as unique, you also treat them as equals, right? So this respect and non-judgmental awareness, acceptance, and that equality, harmony, or the results, or the important results of applying this soul conscious principle of uniqueness. So learning to apply that principle at the level of the self and at the level of appreciating different cultures. And I would say that this is the treasure of wisdom I gained in this journey of a spiritual life. And in today's world, when we apply this particular principle, that is the spiritual principle of uniqueness at the level of nations, cultures, and different religions, I think that there are a lot of issues that can be resolved. And one that comes to my mind is othering the person based on their color, based on their language, religion, their culture. Because one of the reasons for othering, according to me, is we don't consider the other person equal to us. Sometimes we may consider them inferior to us. So, but when you apply the soul-conscious principle of uniqueness, we are not same. We are not same. We are different. But we are equal. We are unique. We are equal. And that is what makes a bouquet of flowers. Then, that inclusivity and diversity in the societies, in schools, colleges, in our communities, in our workplace, become natural, and we don't have to struggle. So I learned to see the differences in others as not as a difference, but uniqueness. I think that's the secret. See the difference as uniqueness, not as a difference. Then there is love, there is respect, and of course, there is harmony. All religions talk about heaven. But with this spiritual wisdom, I realized we don't go to heaven. We don't go to heaven, but we grow to heaven.
That's a wonderful statement. I think you've just shared a very deep, deep wisdom there. How can we transform and how can we bring harmony, not just within ourselves, but in the entire world, if I can say, because it spreads everywhere. Yeah. And sure, it will become a heaven on earth then.
Yes.
So thank you, Sister Ranjani. It was wonderful hearing your thoughts and the story. And to conclude, let's have a little meditation experience for a few minutes.
Meditation on respect. I relax, sitting quietly. The body is still. I can keep my eyes open and rest them on a point in front of me. Yet my attention is turning inside. Who is thinking? I feel the energy of my thinking in the center of my forehead, just above and behind my eyes. I am aware of myself as a non-physical, thinking being of light. I am light. Every thought I create is powerful and gives energy to my entire body. This energy also goes out into the world. I am a living lighthouse, a source of peace. I allow my mind to slow down. The speed of thinking slows down. What I value, I give time to. I give time to myself. I am giving myself the energy of respect. What does it feel like to be honored? Respect is soothing, a caring and healing energy. I am a spiritual being, and this awareness restores self-esteem. As my vision of myself is refreshed, my vision of others is also repaired. Everyone needs and wants to be respected. Everyone is a soul. How do I speak to myself? How do I speak to others? In this peaceful solitude, I gently offer myself soothing respect with a generous and warm heart. Do I recognize what is valuable in me? The energy of my consciousness can create so many positive feelings.
Thank you once again, and thank you for our viewers as well for joining in. If you would like to know more about our website, about our programs, please visit our website, which is www.brahmakumaris.org.au. So thank you once again, and we'll meet again with another interesting story in another interesting episode. Till then, take care and love yourself. Shanti.